70 degrees tomorrow. So I'm here at the beautiful, wonderful coin laundry that I purchased 5 years ago. And we're going to take the money bucket today and we're going to see how much money did we make by owning this laundromat. So do me a favor, give me some likes, give me some love, however that looks. And I want to see if we did okay. Oh. Do you know what kind of soap you put in here? Tide, okay.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods. So when you have a Tide Pod, you're going to get a much cleaner experience if you put it in the laundry rather than put it in the top. It'll dissolve a heck of a lot quicker. All right?
Thank you.
Yep. All right, cool. Looks like a Christmas tree. So if you have any questions, guys, just feel free to ask. I'll be streaming for about the next hour at this laundromat. I know a lot of people have business questions, laundromat questions. So we'll go through and get the quarters. The quarters all together are 1 day's worth of income. The machines here, the 2 change machines, is going to be 1 week's worth of income. So we're going to have a lower quarter amount, a much higher quarter amount, low quarter, high dollar bill, and then we're also going to go through and get our vending machines. I might even get that one today. I've lost the keys to some of this equipment, and in the future I'm going to have to either break into it or, I don't know, I'll have to do something. So you have any questions? Oh, my chat thing is broken. So there we go. I think I fixed the chat. We can fix the chat. There we go, cool. How much money should you have saved before you consider buying a laundromat? You can legitimately get one for no money out of pocket, but I would like to see you save up approximately $20,000, because these washers, for reference, these retail right now for $5,500. And I just had the transformer fixed on the brother of this one on the other side, and it was $600 to fix. I didn't want to deal with it. My main maintenance guy couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. We called the servicing company. $600 for a transformer. Oh, $600 to install it. The transformer was under warranty, but it was still a lot of money. Now I could either spend my time to do it or I could spend my money, and I chose intentionally to spend my money, and I'd like to see you have some reserves. But getting a laundromat with minimal cash out of pocket is definitely possible. So if you have questions, I'm trying to read them off on my phone. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not. I don't even know if the video feed, it looks okay. I'm like this. So I'm trying to get in the habit of streaming anytime I come to these businesses to do work, so you guys can spend some time with me and see what it's like to own a laundromat. Plus, you know, it's never hard for me to talk to people. So empty. Empty. Gotta get some quarters away here in a few minutes, and I need to make sure I have some. So we'll switch keys here in a second. We'll go. It is? Good. I'm able to read off. Did I leave my phone over there? I bet you I did. Yeah, I did. You guys are gonna have to keep track of me to figure out whether I'm doing it. Did I finance the renovations? Yes, we used a private loan for that. When I say I have no money in it out of my own pocket, I don't. I just loaned 100% of the funds. So I think I have the keys for this one. I don't have enough keys. Got some reason my SUV keys have this washer key on them. Don't ask why that's the case. I hate this washer. It's a piece of crap. It's $1,500. It's the cheapest one I own, and it shows. So, what is the biggest obstacle in operating a laundromat as a beginner? On the operation side, for me, it's just been getting people that will come in reliably and clean it and do what you need to do. I want to say I'm on my 4th person to clean the laundromat, and they're great. Kim and Jordan, if you're watching this, you are awesome. But it took some time to get a reliable cleaning crew. And that's just been one of the more difficult things. Early on, it was keeping the equipment running reliably, because no one wants to come to a laundromat and lose money. That's like the worst thing. And it took us about, it took us a year to finally decide I was just going to tear out all the old equipment, because every week we were chasing down 2 or 3 problems. Now every month I'm chasing down 1 problem on average. And it's like my biggest problem with these dryers so far has been the fact that this, I think it's this one right here, the handle has fallen off 3 times. So I'll get out of your way here in a second. Oh, I should give you some money.
I'm gonna fill them out before I do it anyway. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming to my laundromat and giving me money. That's one of the...
I get it to you work that way. If I'm here longer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I know I get it back 99% of the time, so I'm not really doing anybody a favor. Just for a little while, it makes me feel good, I guess. Huh?
I definitely appreciate you.
So you're one of my regulars from what I gather?
I used to be, and then I got a washer dryer, and I watched it quit working, so...
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I would guess or hope that this was under better situations, but...
Yeah, I mean, if I go to the laundromat, this is where I go, so...
Well, I appreciate that, then. Oh, I'm going to scoot around you real quick and put this on. Sorry. You don't have to move. I'll just be the one to get in your way. So. How many hours of my time does the laundromat require on average? We'll see today. Whatever the timer says is my involvement. I've got a great group of people that work for me, and they help maintain these things. So that's it. And my laundromat, my car wash commitment's about the same. So the big thing is finding a good group of people. Oh, I didn't get that, the big one. A good group of people to work for you. You'll never get out of working in your business. Oh, I did get this one. That's usually the big one. You'll never get out of working the business because you're just going to be managing managers. And I'm mostly to the managing the manager part, which is a job in of itself. I thought about selling food snacks to my laundromat like hot dogs, nachos, easy cost, low profits. Jesus Guerrero. So how do we keep the food hot and safe and replace it and sell it every day? Now for reference, you might not know this, but I only come to my laundromat maybe twice a week to just check on and make sure that nothing's physically on fire. So how would we sell nachos and hot dogs here if I'm here, say 3 hours a week or 2 to 3 hours a week? So you're seeing lots of $1 million new car washes pop up literally one after the other. Would it be smart to stay away from the older self-serve and one-off automatic washes? It all depends on how much you get them for. Because we are near several of the express tunnels and we still do pretty well as far as I'm concerned. But you have to be quality and price competitive, and you have to have a plan to go there to be price and quality competitive. If you're not, then they're going to crush you. Like Take 5 is one of the largest automatic car wash chains. They had 6 or 7 closed down. They spent $3 to $5 million a piece on them, and they had a half dozen shut their doors last year because they could not run them correctly. So if Take 5, who is a $1 million brand, $2 million brand in the car wash industry, lost out, yet the cheap self-serves and the cheap automatics in their town are still running, I would say it's not indefeatable, but you've got to be really smart. A lot of these big CEO corporate brands don't do a good job. But from day one, you have to be realistic and have your plan of attack already set up. So this will be it for quarters today for just the washers and dryers. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll go in and we will immediately transition into collecting money for the vending machines, because I'm curious to see what we've done in the past week. So the quarters here for the washers and dryers are one day worth of quarters. The bills are for 1 week. The bills and coins for the vending machines is also a week. Yeah, the team's on there. How many hours a week do you spend looking after your businesses? So all of my business combined, I work, my average work day is from 8 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. So I spend, 10 hours a day running my different companies. So yeah, we had 331 in vending machines last week. So let's reset that real quick. No one knows where those keys are. It's just my own secret. So it's 10 hours a day on average, but that's also my real estate company. That's my, my real estate, my rentals, my self-storage, 2 car washes, this laundromat, and we're acquiring a service firm in Illinois, in the greater Chicago area. And I don't expect my time commitment to everything to change. I'm just going to do more with the same amount of time. We'll see. but it's 50 hours a week, so. All right, do we have any other chat questions? All right, been having trouble with the car wash on the corner from our house. It's called Mr. Car Wash. Been dealing with some damaged car wash did for months. Yeah, and that's why I don't like, I mean, you can run a express tunnel and you can make good money on them, but it is a situation where my wife, my property manager saying God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. So she's sending me pick me up text as I stream today. Thank you, Karen. But they can damage cars if the team at the car wash is not good. It's not that express tunnels damage your cars, it's the fact that I'm waiting on a very important text. Am I going to post about the service company? Nope. All I'm going to tell you is it's a service company, and the business valuation is in the $6 million range, and it makes stupid levels of money. And I'm waiting on a text to see if the SBA has approved our loan today. So rather than wait all day on that phone call from my team, whether they approve the loan or not, I'm just here collecting money. So, all right, that's a good pour, man. But I'm not going to post about the service company because I term it the Cody Sanchez effect on small businesses. It is not the investment joy effect, but when Cody Sanchez or somebody like that posts about a new business that you can make hundreds of millions of dollars on, the cost of those businesses skyrockets. And you know, I've talked about laundromats and car washes. Brandon Turner talks about trailer parks, and I can't remember who the self-storage guru is, but there's a self-storage person, and they talk about self-storage. And every one of those businesses increased in price, and this new business I'm getting into could objectively make me and my team $100 million. So I'm in a position, I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm just going to say it's a service-based business dealing kind of with skilled trades, and you guys can infer and kind of figure that out. The Chris Hopkins is in pest control. I would love to buy a pest control company. I love anything with skilled trades, and I would say pest control and pest mitigation is a skilled trade. So you're saying you have problems getting customers. Partner with one of my people. Where'd my keys go? A website. They would do search engine optimization. Not bad. That's good. They would do what it takes to grow your pest control business for a fee. I have done that inside my news company, the Scioto Post, and we had companies turn us away because we were generating too many sales for them, which as a business owner, that sounds silly, but we were feeding businesses so much customers, they dropped us because they said, oh, we got too many customers. We didn't expect that we would have to hire people to deal with more customers. So, I mean, that's a weird problem, but you need to figure out and understand how to build a team. I was talking earlier about team building. That's going to screw up. That might not screw up the machine. Let's see if there's any dollars in here. You have to build a team that can do it. It's hard to do it all by yourself. As a entrepreneur, you wear a lot of hats. It's like the dryer's over there. Could I replace the belt or the tensioner on them? Sure. It would take me 3 days, or I could hire somebody for $75 to do it. And that's it's a decision I have to make. It's a decision that everybody has to make in of themselves as to, what do you want to do? Where do you want to position yourself? And, if you know it's a problem and you need more customers, you can build a plan to get those customers, and then it becomes a conversation of, okay, how do I vet the people that are offering to work for me? So, hope everything works out for me in my new business. I do, because I got out of the trailer park to get in this new business, and I am essentially putting all of my real estate, well, my personally held real estate. I co-own a lot of real estate too. I'm putting up all of the rentals that I personally own as collateral for it. How much silver do you come from across the quarters? I would say every month. No, it's too much. Let's say every other month. Okay, so no dollar bills. We need to fix the interior lighting in this machine. It works, but people don't know it works. Ah, we got skunked. That sucks. So, I'm excited about it. If you're in the Chicago area and you are not opposed to working, like real work, we will be hiring people. I think you start off at 35 bucks an hour. Max regular labor is in the 80 an hour range. So Michael Ross says hi. Hi. And so does Hayden. Well, I think so. All right, cool. Yeah, your team makes or breaks you. How far is my laundromat from Chicago? Oh, I don't have anything. I don't have any laundromats in Chicago. I'm looking at a couple on the, I'd like to get one maybe on the west side of Chicago, but I mean, that's not transpired yet. I've had a couple DMs about Chicago-based laundromats today. All right, so we got 2 buckets of money, and we're gonna go get the bill machine here. Should I go get the bill machine now, Dean, or should I count the quarters first?
Count the quarters first.
Count the quarters first? Okay, all right.
We love the quarters count.
Okay. Dean is the voice of 50 dental firms, so. All right, so we'll see how many bills are in the bill machine, or vending machine. All right, $31, so not too bad. Yeah, building's easy. There's no such thing as an easy scalable business. There's moderate difficult scalable businesses, and there's hard and there's ultra hard. But that also, they're not also not totally tied to profitability either. So, all right, this is my vending. We'll count vending first to see where we're at. All right, vending. We were at 31 in bills. My fancy spreadsheet system there. So vending machine income first. Not too bad at all. Cool. And we're going to drop it in the big bucket. Oh, I can do this. So I have 2 buckets today, guys. I planned so much on this. Okay. So here we are for quarters, just for vending machines. Do make a comment, leave your estimation of what we did over the past week in quarters. We already have $31. Looks weird. $31 in bills. So here we go. Cool. 664 quarters. So if you guys could let me know in the comment section what is that, we'll put that on our sheet over here. All right, that's double what we did last week. That's awesome. Be better if it was 1,000. It'd be over 250 bucks. So 166. Are we at 166? Is that right? Do we know here? Hold on.
166 is the correct answer.
All right, 166 is the correct answer. So 166 is 207 in vending. So very good. I'm gonna put my hat back on, and we'll go through, grab the bills for the out of the machine. We'll come back and we will see where that one's at. Oh, I'll dump the quarters in the machine. Nick was spot on. It's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. All right, we'll do the laundromat quarters now, and then I'll dump it back in the changers to recycle them. So, congratulations. 186. Very cool. Did you get a group text message, Dean?
Yes, sir.
What's it say?
Approved.
Approved. All right, so the loan for the multi-million-dollar firm in Chicago was approved as of 2 o'clock. They sent me an image picture. Karen said, praise the Lord. So I have been approved to acquire the firm for $4.4 million today. Yay. 2, 4, 6, 5, 0. So that's what I've worked on in the background, guys, for 4+ months ish. Was the loan for this Chicago company. Leveraged my whole entire portfolio to get it. So, but hey, it makes stupid money. It has for 28 years. So should be good.
Hey, Brandon, do you invest in the stock market?
Yes, I do. I like the stock market. My stock investments and my crypto have done very, very good. I've been in Bitcoin for longer than some of you have been alive. I've been in Bitcoin since 2011. And my stock and Bitcoin does well. I just dollar cost average what I can afford over the course of time. I don't do any YOLO stuff. I don't actively trade. I just sock away a little every week into my accounts. I've been doing it with each one of my kids, and my 5-year-old can now afford to put money down on a house. That's what I recommend all of you do. I will have a link in my bio soon to M1 Finance. That's exactly who I own. Who I use. Get on my free Discord in my bio and my link tree. Or sorry, not link tree, but link me. And go join, because I kind of explain how I do it. If you can just invest a little money in the stock market every week, you'll do awesome in life. And you can leverage that money down the road to buy a laundromat or a car wash. I almost said car wash. Oh my goodness. Car wash. You can leverage that money to invest, which is important because I know a lot of people are like me. You have a hard time saving money, but if you put an account where withdrawing is really, really difficult, it can work out great. Oh, that's nice, man. Look at that. Get some quarters for this other guy coming in. Yeah, should be a pretty good amount of money. We filled that up last week. We'll give these away. We'll put these in my pocket for later. Here's some quarters. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming to my business. I'm gonna deal with this first. All right. We'll do questions and answers here in a little bit when I sort the money out and count it, because it takes more time than anything else. So we're already at $246 since yesterday morning. We're recording or streaming this Thursday at 2:30-ish. So we did $246.50 minimum in the washers since yesterday, which that's pretty good. If I kept on that scale, that's what? 6,000, $7,500 a month. And laundromats tend to get worse the farther you go in the month, because a lot of people are on fixed incomes and they get SSI checks, so they get them on the 1st through the 3rd. So yeah, that's pretty good for a last week collection, because the first week's usually mind-boggling. We're gonna have to make sure these machines have enough quarters for the weekend. This weekend will be hot. I mean, physically and theoretically. It'll be 70 this weekend. Our car wash is already doing really good today. I've already seen the numbers. I can't tell you how much we made, but I can tell you we were at like 50 cars as of 2 o'clock. Or no, as I was streaming at 2. It would have been 1 o'clock. That's when I checked. All right, we are, let's got a little bit quarters in there. It is hungry for quarters. So I'm gonna see this machine real quick. Not too bad. This machine's been running out consistently, so we need to restock it. I'm almost ready to go to the bank. Ever since we got the quarter pusher, we're not recycling the change like we used to. They're coming in and hitting me. So we have a net outflow of quarters versus net inflow of quarters. So I gotta get some quarter pushers and claw machines and whatnot, and since they approved the loan, you'll see all sorts of neat stuff here. But I am working on buying 3 more laundromats right now. And for better or worse, if I do get these 3 other laundromats, I may very well sell this one, just because this one's so far from my house. The other ones are bigger and they're much nicer and there's more room to get creative. So we'll see. All right. All right, now I will do my best to answer questions while I sort through the money. This is as fun as it looks, guys. I do have bills to pay every month. $542 a month on my mortgage. I spend $1,600 on my equipment loan. Water's around $350 a month. Electric's around the same. Right now, my high utility bill is gas. I pay $150 a month for all the internet, and that helps me with those cameras over there. So, you have questions? Hopefully, it'll load the chat feed. No, it won't. So we'll go through and answer. Do you have any good questions, Dean?
Yeah, I had a question. The question is, you used to have hours on your laundromat, now you're 24/7. Yeah. What has been the difference in profits or revenue?
Oh, that's a good question. So for my estimate, and I don't know what those exact numbers are because the machines are not set up like with internet connectivity to see my 10 o'clock through 6 a.m. when we were normally closed. I am guesstimating based on reviewing my footage from people coming in here. I believe that it has boosted my revenue at least 25%, but it's also long-term getting me customers that I would normally not have, and they're becoming residual customers because they like this laundromat. So they're people that I acquired just because they need a laundromat overnight, and now they're coming here for good. Does that make sense? Does. That's a lot of cheap mortgage. You have to pay that house taxes. Yeah. So I acquired this with the seller finance note being only $542 a month. And I talk about the praises of seller financing and creative finance deals all the time. This specifically was a land contract. I've also done master leases with options. We flipped 2 properties over the past 12 months. I did one at the end of 23 and one in the first month of 24. I had acquired 2 properties on $250 master lease options. And the one I sold for $135, the second one I sold for $85. So there's a lot of money out there in cheap mortgages if you know how to structure the deal. So many times it's not about like, oh, your credit score, because I used credit score on this deal that we got approved today, but all my prior deals, like I don't use credit score or anything. We just use seller notes, and I've learned to wheel and deal and submit proposals and ask for investment money and things of that nature. And if you understand how that process works, you can do it. Now, that isn't to say you're going to get a seller finance property in Los Angeles, anywhere, for $500 a month. But I do run into a lot of people that are in other states, even seemingly more competitive markets like, say, Florida and Texas. Maybe not $500 a month, but I've run into plenty of people that have done seller finance deals in the $1,000 range a month. You've just got to align your goals with the seller's goals. You have to sit down and understand why people would sell things. Hold on. How can I help you?
I have quarters that are getting stuck in the big washer.
Okay, sure. Just give me a second. Let me come take a look at it. All right. Let's see. What do I have tool-wise here? All right, well, let's see. Knowing my luck, I gave you a bum quarter and it's stuck. All right, let's see. All right, let's see.
I just got these 2 out.
Okay.
But they keep coming down to just
there,
out of reach here, and that's keeping the other ones from dropping.
Okay. Let's see.
It seems to be anyway.
Well, you're probably right. I said, knowing my luck, I gave you a bum quarter, and the bum quarter has stuck itself up in there, which sounds about, that would be my luck. But let's see. Yep, there must be a little burr in there catching a few of the quarters. So we've had one catch so far. I'm gonna throw another $1 in here. You should.
Looks like you gotta almost throw them in.
Huh?
Looks like you almost have to throw them in.
Maybe so. Let's put one and just tip. They seem to be working okay, but what I'll do, I'll have my one of my guys come in, and I don't have the right star bit to open this up, but I'll have one of my guys come in tomorrow and they'll put in some probably some graphite grease, some graphite oil, and we'll try that to see if we can clear that up. Okay? Just knock on my door again if it eats a bunch more money. Otherwise, if it gets stuck, don't put any more quarters in, just try hitting the return. But otherwise, I'm guessing it's a grease issue and we'll do that tomorrow.
I was looking through and seeing them back up,
okay,
up in there.
Well, we'll pull it apart tomorrow. I know that I don't have that star bit, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hello, sir.
Howdy. Doing pretty good. Thanks for coming. Oh, I haven't given you quarters yet, have I? Hey guys, here's some quarters. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate your business.
Thank you.
What were we talking about? Obviously that takes me off track, and I probably would leave my keys here. I'll forget this. I don't want to get this on camera. Okay. I hope it doesn't show his number. Okay. Hey, the big washer is getting jammed in the quarter drop. I'm guessing one of the reject sides just needs a little bit of graphite sprayed in it, period. If we don't have any, let me know, or go get some from Eastern Lumber or Ace. I want to make sure that quarter drop works correctly, otherwise we'll lose a bunch of money on it. Thanks. You can do that tomorrow. It's not a priority for today. There we go. Back to what you guys really care about, the money. How much money to buy a laundromat in Wisconsin, do you know? I mean, it's going to be the same thing. I don't know. I'd like to see you save up $20,000 because you could do a 7A loan with the SBA and you can finance, what, $400,000 in that, so.
So Brandon, when do you plan on living off your investments and retiring? Is there a number personally, or?
If I could like bring in, I don't know. I don't know if that's a passive money per month deal or if it's a asset deal. I don't know. I don't know when that is because I know that I'm never going to retire. What I want to do is I want to start traveling to foreign countries and helping local people set up businesses. I really want to go to Nigeria and Kenya, Uganda, Botswana, and South Africa to help people start businesses. Those are just the countries that just come to mind. I'd like to go to a couple in Eastern Europe. I really would love to go to Romania and Moldova and just help people set up companies and businesses and learn the entrepreneur's process. And it's like, if I do those things, I'll probably need money to help people. So then it becomes a question of how much money do I actually need? I know a guy that went to Africa to do just that, and he used his CEO skills and saved a bunch of people's lives from absolute starvation. And, you know, I've looked at people's stories like that, and they're so inspiring. Auto dudes. You thought overheard him and Nate talk about him one day?
Do you know Pace Burt was his president?
Pace Burt. I don't know Pace Burt, but I know Pace Morby. We did a couple videos. He's pretty popular in the online world. So, yeah, if you have any questions, I'm actually sorting this a lot faster than I expected. I got the GoPro mount on my head. It's so much faster.
We had an odd question earlier. They want to know if you could do a pop vending machine and just randomly put pop in there and they would get a random selection. How would that work out, Brandon?
Yeah, people seen them do mystery pop before, and generally speaking, it's totally awesome. We should try that, guys. I know Matt's been encouraging me to do way more interesting things. Way more interesting things at the laundromat. I need to go back and start taping $20 bills to pop cans and snacks. We were doing that last year, and I've just got so busy with this service firm that I just have not had time to think about it. I mean, and it's not like I don't have physical time. It's just I don't have time to sit and think of cool ideas. So, yeah, you could have told me that the money wasn't in view for the count. All right. Use up all the good luck with the SBA. I mean, it's $4 million. It's more than anything else I've done. And, you know, I felt like I was supposed to sell the trailer park to get more time in to get into other business ventures, and this one falls in my lap. Karen was right. All right. We're going to do the bill count. Let me know, how much money do you think the laundromat made in the past week? We're at $250-ish right now in washers, dryers in the past one day. We're going to see how many bills we have in the past week. I'll take this off. Yeah, we've taped bills to drinks, and I had a guy message me like a day after I started doing that, and he's like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I was sick and depressed and tired. I just wanted a pop for a treat that day, and I found your note and $20 bill attached. He's like, this is amazing. Am I looking to hire somebody to come with cool ideas? Yes, sure. If you wanna send me a DM, J Camp, and just think of fun ideas. If I pick your idea for a video, I'll give you $100. How's that sound? I don't want to put you on staff, but I'll pay for performance. I will pay anybody for performance. Why'd I do that? Obviously, I'm not smart. I did 5s. That's ones. So you don't have to be that smart to own one of these. All right, 285. We'd have really been screwed up on the count. All right, switch it back to ones.
Do you have any suggestions to Auto Duty? Has a set of vending machines at a daycare, but they're not making a ton of money. But
Fun
it's
little
a fun
side gig.
side gig.
Just get a new location. I run into too many people. I think Joe did this. Maybe I don't want to point Joe out in the chat because he's maybe working right now. Maybe he's even at this place. But he had one in his dad or whatever's business that wasn't making any money. And I told him, I was like, just don't, if it sucks, if the location sucks for your vending machines, get a new one. There's nothing wrong with that. We got some more. I can't remember if it was Joe or another guy, but I said, just take your location to somewhere else. And one of the guys that I had this explicit conversation with, he's only doing $1 to $150 a month gross, just not making any money in his vending machines. And he took it out, put it somewhere else, and now he's doing $1,500 a month, 10 times the money just because he moved them. Dang it. Yeah. I want you to have vending machines that make decent money. If you're not making decent money, sell or move. But my preference is to sell. And you can find the next location before you move them. What about transportation places? It depends on how long people stay and how many people there are. If you have 100 people in the location sitting for 2 hours a day, you're probably going to do pretty well. Try it. Nice. $607. So 607, not 6,000. What did I say? I don't know. All right, we're going to switch this up to 20s. We got a nice little stack of 20s here. Let's go through and see how many we have. Man, I'm hearing got a lot of people in the laundromat right now. It's great. All right. It's 200 people. If you have 200 people at that location, you should be making a decent bit of money. If you're at 200 people, realistically, you should be pulling in a couple thousand a year, or sorry, a couple thousand a month, 1,000 to 2,000, let's say. If you're not, you need to have a sit-down conversation of what they need. If it's more affluent work and nicer white-collar work, maybe you don't have healthy enough food. Can you buy a laundromat with seller financing? This one was purchased with seller financing, or owner financing. All right, get your guesses in, guys. We're going to do the count and see how much we made. Nice, 1,348. Now, where did I put that stupid piece of paper? I think we've been robbed. I had my book here, and it's disappeared. Oh, wait, no, my phone's on it. You could have stopped me before I acted a fool. 15. All right, 1,348. That's okay. You guys know I'm a fool anyway. 1347. Oh. So we're going to take vending plus this bill, this number, because this is the bigger one of the two. And we're not turning in quarters today.
What do you do if you're having a hard time finding someone to do owner financing?
Either your pitch sucks or you're not talking to enough people. Or the quality of the people you're talking to is too low. So talk to more people, work on your pitch, and then probably just go back to the people that said no. This guy said no 3 times before he said yes. I run into a lot of people that they take a no as a no, and they don't go back to the person that said no and say, why? Why won't you do this thing? I had a conversation with this guy. He said no seller financing ever. And he wanted $1.35 million. And after the whole conversation, we got him down to 350. So I saved $1 million after just asking him about his wants and his needs and why he was selling, why he wanted to seller finance, and who he was talking to. Because he was talking to an attorney that didn't know what they were saying. The attorney had convinced them that I would default on the contract immediately. I was like, no. And the attorney said there's all these taxes he'd have to pay to seller finance, and that wasn't exactly true either.
So Brandon, were you
Is it wrong math?
failing from going from a 9 to 5 to being an entrepreneur? How did you overcome that if you did?
Is it wrong math? I want to see if my math is wrong. 1347 plus 207. Oh, 154. You're right. I carried a 1. Well, I shouldn't have. Man, the IRS would have got me on that one by over counting my money for taxes. But realistically, if we were honest, guys, this is not what I use. I use my bank deposits as the verification. We just take the money from here, we go to the bank afterwards, I deposit it, and that's how we do it. Because there's a lot of times, like I pay refunds out of the cash because we don't count. We make note of the refunds typically in our accounting software, but I'll give cash refunds typically, so that's kind of how that works. All right. I'm gonna recount the total. I'm just gonna add that up. Excuse me.
So this has been good for you?
I mean, it looks pretty good today. It's been getting better. It just feels like we turned a really big corner once we started opening in the nights, went to 24/7. So now my big thought process, I'm trying to figure out whether I want to blow out this other wall and double our machines and redo the parking lot. That's like, I'm kind of wanting to redo the parking lot and make $150,000. Yeah, I have more money in this place than I do in my own house. And it's like, it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's like, I think I'll make the money back. I might not, but we get to the point now on Friday, Saturday, Sundays that all these dryers are in use. And whether anybody wants to admit it or not, no one wants to stay in a laundromat longer than they should. So they want to be in and they want to be out. And if they have to wait on the dryers, in the back of their head, they're thinking typically, I don't want to do this. Why am I here? I could go to somebody else's laundromat and be in and out quicker. So you never want to have full dryers at a laundromat. Full washers, it's not a big deal, but the problem is I can wash here every 45 minutes. We can wash 420 pounds of clothes. We can wash them. I can only dry 360 pounds in a 45-minute period too. So it's like we will overload those dryers at some point. But the nice thing is all of our gas is behind that wall. So I blow out the wall and I can double the number of dryers I have. I have 12 now, I can go to 24. And then I'll get, my hope is to get 3 more of the giant washers. I'll keep the small washers that I have, but I'd like to double or quadruple the number of big washers that I have. Yeah, I wish and the problem is the company I bought all this equipment off of, they said you only need 1 of those because no one else in town had one that size when I bought it. Now I think Bright and Clean has a 60-pound too. But I was the only person that had a 60-pound washer in all of Chillicothe, and Everybody uses it. So I wish I had 4 of them. I'm looking at another, I was visiting another laundromat north of here, and they have 2 80 pounds, so they're bigger than that one. They have 6 60 pounds. And I feel like the world's biggest fool because I took the one person, this one company. But then I had another guy come in and he tried to get me to buy 24 of the little ones. You would think so. Yeah, I don't know. It was a very kind of odd situation, but whatever. It's the problem of running a business. I suffer through these problems intentionally. But I appreciate y'all coming down here.
Yeah, this is a pretty laundromat.
Yeah, I like it. I wish, you know, after we got all this equipment, the bank that financed them said, "Oh, we would have given you the money to pave your parking lot if you would have asked." That's great to know. But I tell myself we'll do that this year, but we'll see. Yeah, the drain. No one told me till I had a 70 or 80-year-old man come through that used to work here like in the 80s. And he said, "Oh yeah, your parking lot floods, does it?" And I said, "Oh yeah, you drove by." He said, "No, I used to work here. You've got a sewer drain in the middle of your gravel that gets clogged every 3 years. And you've got to unclog it to make sure it drains right." And I said, "Okay, can you come out and show me the pipe that's out here so I can drain it?" And he said, "I don't know where it is anymore." That's great. At least you've told me that there's a problem and there's somehow it can be fixed, but...
Yeah, the person that's selling will never tell you all the problem.
Well, for better or worse, the guy I bought this off of didn't know a single thing about it. The old owner back in the 80s and 90s and 2000s was Trippy. That's who the name's off of. And he ran it for 30 years and sadly, he just passed away kind of suddenly. And eventually the property sold to another person here in town, not me, but another investor here in town. They had no clue what anything was in this place. So it's like, unfortunately, the guy that knew how everything worked in here and just how it was all set up, he's passed away at this point. So now I have to figure it all out myself.
Well, I think you're doing a good job, man.
I don't know. Depends. When you, on a day like today, when we got customers and everything's going good, I'm pretty happy. But when I walk in and there is, nobody. There's nobody and there's 3 inches of soap on the floor from there all the way back. Like that, I start thinking a little bit. So, but I appreciate y'all for coming out.
Oh, no problem, man. You'll never find simple words.
All right, do we have any other questions?
You're good to go, Brandon.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Mr. Dean, for coming out.
You're welcome, Brandon.
Am I fasting this Ramadan? No, I am not. The beginning of a horror movie, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. Okay, guys, I appreciate y'all. You have any questions, hit me up on DMs. I try to answer all, we try to answer all of them. It'll either be me or Dean. Dean answers a lot of them for me at this point. He's becoming a great asset to the Investment Joy brand. Go to link.me/investmentjoy if you want to get on the Discord. We keep the link on there updated. And if I can help any of you guys start a laundromat, I can, for the right amount of money, I will fly out and help you. So, want to do my best to help you guys because I appreciate y'all. And you can do it. So, thank you guys so much.